Hey, this is Frank Yosa, CEO of Hard Ketones and also Ketone. So today I want to talk about what if I don't feel a buzz, what am I doing wrong? So we took a poll on our Facebook group, which you should join, ketone.com/Facebook. And that's where 3,000 people in the community try different things and tell us what works and also what doesn't work. And we found that 90% of people felt like they would feel a buzz with the hard ketones after one or two cans. Now, there's a few people that don't feel it, so this is what I do. I go through a few steps with them. First of all, I ask, did you at least try it on an empty stomach first? So you want to try two, if you're a larger person, maybe three on an empty stomach. Now, you might say that that's cost prohibitive in the long term, but the goal is if your goal is to really quote unquote feel it, you can, feel it with the two or three. And then oftentimes people find that they don't need to take as much in the future. They just take one or two. And when they compare that to the 6 or 8 beers that they would normally drink, it actually ends up being more cost effective because this, you just feel content. After one or two, you feel full. You don't feel like you're inclined to have more and more. But still, this one person wrote saying, hey, I took 2 or 3 after my meal and I didn't feel anything. Then I said, yeah, try it best on an empty stomach. They tried it again and they still didn't feel anything. So we're trying to figure out why that is, and we have a few theories. One is if your normal tolerance is already way too high, so if you would drink 3 or 4 White Claws or hard seltzers and feel nothing, then you're not going to feel this for the most part. So that's one thing, just if your tolerance is so high. And then the second benefit starts to kick in that regard, which is helping you detox off of regular alcohol. So it helps the alcohol withdrawal symptoms, so you're not craving that alcohol as much. So you might not feel the buzz, and you think that's what you want, and maybe you do, but it's more about removing that craving to crack open that first beer or bottle of wine even. We had one woman, a different podcast, where she was taking 1 bottle of wine every night. She was drinking 1 bottle of wine, and she was able to switch to 2 cans of this stuff. And then after a couple months, she was able to switch to just water, just transition right off of it, cold turkey. So if you're already drinking a lot, then it'll help you, with those cravings. So that has its own benefit. If that's not the issue, then we think that it might have something to do with other supplements you might be taking. So if you're taking kratom, like Feel Free, which I'm not a fan of Feel Free, I think it's a highly addictive. It says alcohol substitute. It should be called a heroin substitute. It's great for heroin addicts to get off of heroin, but it's not something that you want to start because it is highly addictive. And yeah, so people who are taking kratom, somehow if it messes up with the dopamine receptors or whatnot, they're less likely to feel the hard ketones. We found that. Other things like 5-HTP. So there might be certain supplements that are messing up the pathways to make it so you feel something. So let us know, reach out, we'll refund you because it's just way too expensive. If your goal is a buzz, it's just way too expensive to, not experience that buzz. Now, some people also say that it's a different type of buzz. It's not a caffeine buzz, but it's not the same as a regular alcohol beer buzz. It's more of a mellow, calming Xanax or not CBD, but just regular marijuana relaxation type feeling, as opposed to a bar fight. Let's get all hyped up, drunk. It's not like that. So it might be a little bit different. So you might be looking for a different type of a very similar feeling that you had before, but it's not going to be the same. So yeah, let us know if you're not feeling it. Leave some comments whether you do feel it. Some people feel it with as little as half of a can, even with people that had a tolerance. Most men, we like to say, take 2. Women usually take 1 and they feel it, but you can also go to 2 and 3 just for one time to make sure you've given it a full go. All right, thank you.